Hi guys. Today, or right now, we've been looking at difference quotients. They're question number 11 on homework 2. So let's go ahead and look them right here. So the question will be find the difference quotient. That is, find f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. And for h not equaling 0, for the following. And then they give you a function, say f of x is equals to x squared minus 6x plus 4. The solution of this question is a three-step process. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find what f of x plus h simplifies to. And then we're going to subtract f of x from it. And then we're going to divide by h. Those three steps are always the three steps of a difference quotient. And so let's get to it. The key thing for a difference quotient is that you're always trying to find f of x plus h. And so what that means for us is that we are going to be plugging in x plus h into the function. And so that will become x plus h squared minus 6 times x plus h plus 4. Now, we covered this before, but x plus h squared needs to be either FOILed or multiplied out carefully. I'll do it over here. X plus h times x plus h. That gives me x squared plus xh plus xh plus h squared when you multiply out the terms. And of course, the two middle terms are like. So this right here and this right here are like terms. And so when you add those together, you get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. In fact, x plus h squared will always result in this answer. And so that's something that you would want to take note of. And so this right here will become x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus, you distribute the negative 6, and that gives us negative 6x minus 6h plus 4. If you've done this correctly when you're finding f of x plus h, you will note that you have no like terms. So that's the end of part 1. We have found f of x plus h. The next step is to subtract f of x. And so what we will have is, I have to rewrite f of x plus h, which is this really long function. So I will go x squared, let me move up slightly, x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 6x minus 6h plus 4, and then I will be subtracting out f of x, which happens to be x squared minus 6x plus 4. If you look very carefully, you'll notice right here I have an x squared and I am subtracting x squared. I have a negative 6x and I am subtracting a negative 6x. So again, those will cancel out. I have a 4 and I am subtracting 4. If you've done this process correctly, when you're looking for the difference quotient on step 2 and you're subtracting out f of x, you should be left with only terms that have h in them. And so that will leave you with 2xh plus h squared minus 6h. So if you've done this properly, you only have terms with h is left in them, and that reminds us of the last step, which is to divide by h. And so for our last step, to divide by h, what we will do, so for the last step, is we will take out 2xh plus h squared minus 6h, and we will divide by h. Since every term has an h in there, this makes the division very simple. Each term loses one h. So bye h. We will see you later. And that takes us to our last answer, which is 2x plus h minus 6. And this right here is our difference quotient. Very easy, very straightforward.